You have the floor.
Well, he can't really talk about the case.
Former prosecutor. I'm so glad you're saying that.
Can't talk
A
about
former
the case,
prosecutor.
but you can talk about whether or not you believe that your recent embracing of Trump, your critics are saying, is because you hope for a pardon or you hope to get some sort of the charges perhaps dropped.
That was her still dominating over him. I'm sorry. Yes, I am going to stop it again. That was her still dominating him. This is what she does. You see how she did that? Thank you, former prosecutor. She doesn't. She is a angry black woman feminist.
Okay. Before the break about folks living in fear. And one of the things that's causing a lot of fear right now is immigration and what Trump is promising to do. It was a key issue for voters. Trump is vowing.
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. So let's go ahead and get into our, I don't know if this is going to be the last clip of the year, but it's certainly the last clip that I am for this year because I had already set it up for you guys, and guess what? My mic wasn't working, so I'm on location. That's why you don't see my face and everything. But guys, before we get into Sunny Hostin's trying to emasculate another black man, let's just first say thank you to everybody who watches. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. I want to give you guys a special thank you too because this year has been amazing. I hit 10,000 plus. And I only gotta have you guys to thank for it, guys. So next year we're shooting for the moon. We're shooting for the sun, and we'll land in the stars. Okay, we'll do that together, guys. All right, let's go back into the clip.
Allowing to do mass deportations. There's 500,000 undocumented immigrants living in New York City. Some have lived here for decades. There's Dream Act kids, dreamers living in New York City. Again, some have lived here for decades. What's your message right now for the people in New York living in fear?
And we have to be very clear on the role of immigrants in our country and city. Going back to early Italians, early Irish, early the roles of just all the groups, how they have built this country, and particularly.
So shout out to Eric Adams. But this part of the, the discussion is the answer, the presentation, if you will, is we love everybody. And there will be a but.
In New York City. I don't believe in mass deportation. This is a city where we tell whomever is here to, if you're a victim of a crime, call the police. If your child must be educated, let them go to school. If you need medical attention, allow them to go to the hospital. But Americans have been clear, though. We have a broken immigration system. I don't believe in mass deportation, but I don't believe in mass saturation. 220,000 migrants and asylum seekers came to the city, cost us $6.4 billion. I'm not allowed to let them work. I'm not allowed to have them be participating in the tax base of this city. We can't deport those who commit crimes in our city. We are not allowed to connect with ICE. This is a failed system. We need to fix it. And if we don't fix it, we're seeing what's happening in Chicago, what's happening in Houston, what's happening in Denver. This is wrong for cities to pick up this course. They only gave me two.
Now, before he goes even further, you hear what he's saying, guys? So he did break that down pretty good. Look, let's keep it real, man. Coming into the new year is moving in a more so-called, okay, let me just, for the sake of the video, in a more conservative fashion, a more right-wing, if you will. I think it's a bit more establishment right-wing, but whatever, we'll take what we can get for now. So with this, Eric is saying the right things, doesn't believe in mass saturation. And he said all them people came in, he couldn't let them work. They work anyway, though. Uber has a connection with the migrants. Don't ever forget that. Remember DoorDash and everybody was talking about? Okay. You see it too when you get your DoorDash, right? They don't speak it. Okay, yeah. So anyway, and then he said that the city pays for it. That part is true, and they can't be part of a tax system. I would imagine that not all of them are part of the tax system. You know about the vouchers, free housing, everything else. You think that this is a problem when you bring this up. I can tell you that there are American citizens that I have spoke to who said, and these are older people. I'm not talking about like people at my age, 20. I'm talking about like 70 years old who, things are hard for them and they need a place to live, and they're on a voucher system that they keep getting put on the bottom of the list because of these people who should not be here. They're here, right? I don't hate anybody, but the fact is they should not be here. Eric Adams is breaking that down perfectly. But you see, these people like Anna Navarro and all these people, they have to hate America. Because how could you not want to think America first? As in American citizens, as in don't be bringing in a bunch of people when you can't even give American citizens the American dream that you guys so-called seek of.
$200 million out of $6.4 billion that it should have gone to everyday issues in our
On the
city.
other side of that coin, though, you've got Trump, who says that part of his
God forgive me, I'm sorry to stop it again. There is no other side of that coin. That's the problem. Full stop, what he said, full stop, embrace it, understand it, say thank you, and be like, can I ask another question? There's no other side of this coin.
plan is to send troops into the states and into the cities to conduct these mass deportations. Would you let him come into New York City? What's your scenario? What are your plans if he tries to do that in New York City?
We have sat down and did scenario plannings on all of these issues. And there are a lot of laws, there are a lot of requirements. What we must do is to be prepared to address the issues as they come in front of us. Our team has been there. We looked at all of these issues and all the conversations that are taking place. The operationalizing of the theories that people want to do is different from the actualization of it. Again, people conflate sanctuary cities with the migrant and asylum issue. That's not the same thing. People who are paroled into the country, the sanctuary cities is stating to those who are here that you have the right to access the services of this city, because that's how we treat people in New York City.
Let me ask you this,
Yes.
Mayor. Back in September.
Mayor didn't say no. He said a bunch of stuff, but he didn't say he would stop Trump. And that was the question. And you see it's dead silence in the audience. Why? Why do people want the fake answers? He's answering the questions in full reality. Actually, I think it should go harder, to be honest, but dead silence.
September, you were indicted on charges that allege you accepted luxury travel perks and illegal campaign contributions from a Turkish official who was seeking political favors. Now, a few members of your inner circle have also been indicted. More are under investigation. I understand you have pled not guilty. You continue to run the city. But critics are suggesting that you have recently embraced Trump, perhaps because you want either the charges dropped or perhaps a pardon from President-elect Trump. What's your response to those critics?
Well, I think nothing is more challenging than not being able to defend yourself in public.
You have the floor.
I know that
I'm sorry?
You have the floor.
Well, he can't really talk about.
Now, see, that's disrespect. You have the floor. It's a case. You rag. Okay, it's a case. You're trying. He cannot answer all those questions. Okay. And he's pissed that they're coming to him with them, and we'll get to why they did that. But he has the floor. Like,
You have the floor.
Well, he can't really talk about the
There you
case.
go. Former prosecutor. I'm so glad you're saying that.
You can't talk about
former
the case,
prosecutor.
but you can talk about whether or not you believe that your recent embracing of Trump, your critics are saying, is because you hope for a pardon or you hope to get some sort of the charges perhaps
and
dropped.
that was her still dominating over him. I'm sorry. Yes, I am going to stop it again. That was her still dominating him. This is what she does. You see how she did that? Thank you, former prosecutor. She doesn't. She is a angry black woman feminist, okay? A mixed one at that, right? Who owned slaves. Her borderline personality disorder, allegedly, in my opinion, is beyond scales. You can't even measure it. So what she did was she reeled you in and made it seem like y'all was cool. But in the flip side, she told you, I still will run you. It's too much. And you can tell he's not really into it, though, because, he's going to break down the answers, though.
Listen, I said it over and over again. I did nothing wrong. I spent 40 years of my life, 22 of them as a police officer, protecting the children and family of the city. I'm consistent of that. I live my life the way I expect everyday New Yorkers are supposed to live their life. I have a legal team. They're going to manage that case. My job is to do what I've done since January 1st, 2022. Make sure crime goes down in the city, record number of housing that's built in the city, turn around our economy, and make sure as you leave this place that you could enjoy the safety of the city. That's my job.
Yeah, a lot of that didn't happen either, but whatever. Well, just for a second, right? Eric Adams took money from people from Turkey. Apparently, that's what it was, took gifts and stuff. You know how many people do that here? Do you listen? Going into 2025, guys, I don't know these live streams. Y'all, I don't know, man. Are y'all gonna be able to hang? I hope you guys are, because we are not messing around this year. We're going in hard. And we're gonna talk about, and we need to at least start with weekly live streams. We're gonna talk about the reality of how this country runs. And Eric Adams taking a couple dollars from some Turkey, oligarch. And his dumb behind probably, what it is that they probably just gave him something. He probably said, all right, cool. Like, it probably wasn't even money. It probably was something like free trips or something to Istanbul or something. But anything can be called a bribe. When they want to indict you, they'll indict you. When you did something or you showed some resistance to the control. We'll talk about this. And that's why Sonny was allowed to corner him like that. Okay? That's why. Eric Adams is not the only one to do it. We got bigger fish to fry. If you think Eric Adams is a problem, get ready to hear about the federal problem we have in our country. So, yeah, this isn't anything new, but like I said, they allow, because any other time, this girl, she'd have had to say sorry. How come there's no legal note for Eric Adams? Or some sort of apology? There isn't. That's because this was allowed, right? But he held his own, and he said, I already told you I'm innocent. Yeah, they handed you some gifts and you took them. Fortunately, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, yeah, but Tom, Dick, and Harry did it, but you're not supposed to. Anyway, guys, we will be talking. We'll be talking soon. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for enduring this faceless, micless. But when I saw that my video was a mess, I was like, no. I was like, I gotta do another one. I got to do it. I'm not gonna not post. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy New Year. Bye.